no breaks, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. See, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but we them Niners.
Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back, guys. We are here for a small little round table conversation. Okay. I'm your guy, 49ers Mike _NFL. Can you guys still hear me? Okay. I'm your guy, 49ers Mike _NFL. To my left on the screen, but to my right in real life is my man Breezy, 49er Breezy. And then to his right is also 49er Faithful 365. We're here to bring you guys a wonderful, fun-filled show. Now, before we start, guys, let's go through these formalities real quick. Let's bang these bad boys out. We're going to start with that like and subscribe button. If this is your first time here on the YouTube channel, you already know what to do, right? You got to like the show. Let everybody know that you enjoyed it. All right. That's going to help our ratings and help other people find us. Hit that subscribe button as well and then turn on your notifications so you know exactly when we're going live. All right, guys. Check out the website. It is www.nothingbutniners.com. That is your one-stop shop for most and all things from us here at Nothing But Niners. All right. Any original content, you guys go check it out. There's a draft over there also. We all know it's mock draft season. All right. Anthony, who was on with us a couple nights ago, did one with Stewart. You guys can check that out. Really good article right up over there. So you guys make sure you check that out. Hit us up for apparel as well, guys. All right. Shop nb9ers.com. Okay. That is the website, www.shopnb9ers.com. You got shirts, you got mugs, hats, pants. I saw the sweatpants up there, man. I said, okay. All right. My wife won't let me get them in gray, but it's all right. It's cool. I'm going to find some in black and, I'm going to do my thing in them, So I can't wait to order those, man. Those are looking good over there. So make sure you guys check that out as well. Last but certainly not least are our different social media pages, guys. We have Twitter and Snapchat. Those handles are Nothing But 9ERS. And then we have the Facebook and Instagram, and that is Nothing But Niners, spelled all the way out with spaces in between. We have email and all that stuff too, but you guys can hit us up on the website. It's all there if you want to contact us, okay? We see those competition entries coming in. I see those things coming in the email. You guys, I'm seeing some good top 15 picks, man, but I don't want to talk about that draft stuff. That's Nick and Wayne's thing. What's going on, fellas? How y'all feeling today?
What's good, bro? Happy Sunday, man. 4 days to go, though. 4 more days.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What about you, Nick?
Bro, I'm chilling. I can't wait to get this draft out of the way. It's been, a while that we've been waiting for it. We're doing tons of mock drafts. Wayne, myself, Wayne had Grant Cohn on today. Really interesting in what he did. But, yeah, man, I'm super excited to see what is going on with this draft. Like Breezy said, man, we only got 4 more days. 4 more days until we know what the 49ers do with the 13th and 31st overall pick. So what up, faithful? Let's get it.
Bang, bang, Niner gang. That's what I'm talking about, man. I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. I thought Anthony was going to join us, but he said he was just getting towards his house. So I don't know if he's going to pop in or not. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and kick this thing off, man. I'm excited for the draft. I know you guys are. All this mock draft stuff that y'all doing, I know y'all think y'all know about every player in the world right now, man. Y'all know about dudes from little tiny-ass community colleges right now. I know y'all done had to draft everybody, man. Y'all done had to draft everybody. How do y'all do it, man? How do y'all do it?
It's been a whirlwind, bro. Like I don't think I've ever watched more film. Shoot, man, I studied more for this draft than I've been doing for my daggone exam at first in school, yo. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, yo. I better ace this draft. I know that.
We should know who everybody is. I saw the compliments up there too from Hodge talking about the show with Cone, man. How was that, man? You look at you, man. I think that's our first Sports Illustrated plug. It might be. I think we had a guy on the podcast when we first started from Sports Illustrated, but that was many moons ago. I think that was our first Sports Illustrated plug on video.
Yeah, man. It was definitely a pleasure, man. He was a true champ, man. True sport, man. He came on. You see him dressed up. He was ready to go, like he was going to church. Yo, I was like, dang, I came underdressed. I mean, I'm rocking ready to go, but he keeps it business 100 all the time, yo. Really cool dude, man. Definitely great in interacting, yo. And he was spot on, man. He had an answer for every selection, yo. He had an answer, a description, and he drafted in the mindset as if he was the actual general manager, John Lynch. So I thought that was a pretty cool draft, man. Shout out to Grant Cohn.
Yeah, even in the beginning of it, where he made his very first pick, he said, if it was me, I'm going with Henderson the corner, but I think the Niners are going to draft in the trenches. That's a Shanahan philosophy. So he made it clear. I thought he was going to do that for every pick. I thought that would have been dope if he said this is what Grant would do, but this is what the Niners, I think, are going to do. But yeah, man, go ahead, Nick. I see you popping up the messages. What's this one about?
Yeah, this one says, Mike, Nick, Wayne, you seen the rumor that we might be trading Breida to the Eagles for pick 103. So
I'm not seeing any rumors, but hey, man, look, that 103 pick, I've had that pick before in one of our mock drafts.
Me too. I traded with the Eagles,
and I think I took Cameron Dantzler, whatever his name was, and later in the late draft, either him or Troy Pride. I think that's when I got my cornerback, yo. So being in the 4th round, shut up, Mike. I don't know why I know these players, man. It is what it is. This is not a draft show. Don't ask us no draft questions.
I do like this one though. I'd be super stoked if my one of my good friends from high school's son comes to the Niners.
Oh yeah, you were telling us about him, yo.
I'd be stoked if he went there, bro.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Look, really cool plug.
Yeah,
no, I don't mind any draft questions, guys. I'm just joshing y'all because y'all have really covered it all. Like that's what my point was. Like these boys have been everywhere, man. Y'all have traveled like with these mock drafts, man. Y'all got miles on y'all, frequent flyer miles and everything, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. So before we get into this, I mean, obviously we're gonna talk some rumors, but if that was true for the 103, Sloppy Dickens says it's a compensatory pick 3rd, so I'd take it if that's true. Would you guys take that 103?
Is it? I thought 103 was in the 4th round.
That's a 3rd round, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 30, 60, 90. No, it's just in the 4th.
It's the beginning of the 4th.
That's right.
It's just the beginning of the 4th.
And I think they wanted a 2nd round pick, right? That was his tender. No, I'm wrong.
That's what his tender was. Doesn't mean that's what they wanted for him. That's just what his tender was. That was to make sure that no team made him a contract offer that they had to match.
I got you.
That's what that was. If they wanted compensation for him, they had to put a high tender on him, make sure he's a part of the roster. Now, come and get him. Because no one's going to trade him for a 5th if they don't have to. You know what I'm saying? We're going to offer him a contract. Niners, you're going to match it. We already know we're not going to match it, so we're not going to leave it up to that. We're going to put a tender so high on him that you have to give us something to come and get him.
Yeah, I guess the question we should ask is like, how do we feel if we traded Breida? Period. Point blank.
Right. Like for that type,
Well, chucking up my deuces, rolling on my noose. Oh, I mean, hey man, the 49ers running back room is, I won't say it's, it is stacked. It's stacked. All right. And I think they continue to add. I think Kyle and John find another piece in the draft and they continue to add and they continue to, that's how they're going to build their running back room for years to come. They'll probably never go after that guy unless they're able to draft that guy and they're straight on everything else. So, you know what I'm saying? Meaning that they got their left tackles, they got their defense set, they got their cornerbacks or whatever, and they're in the 1st round and they're able to get a running back that falls late to them or mid-round in the draft. That's pretty much what I'm talking about. So I think they continue to go this route, man. I think they draft guys, they find guys undrafted, and they fit the system, they plug them in, and they keep the chain wheels moving on the running backs.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you can get a 3rd, I think you can get more than a 4th for him at that 103 pick. I think you can get a 3rd for him. I see your face, Mike. I see your face.
You know how often Matt Breida was on the sideline?
Matt Breida wasn't on the sideline a whole lot because of injury. He was the very first 2 years he had the ankle injury. The last year he had the ankle injury, but he still played. He's played more games than Jimmy Ward's probably played.
Let me tell you the truth, and this is my philosophy. If I'm the Eagles and I'm coming to you to trade for him, and you say, look, he's really good, and I say, yeah, but he missed a lot of time, and then you come to me and say, oh, it wasn't because of health. I'm going to say, you're not helping your argument. You telling me he was a healthy scratch, and you're trying to say that's worth more? No, if you bench this guy, you should be willing to give him up for less. I think if you're going to miss games, I think if you're going to miss games, it should better be for health reasons, not because of how good or bad they think you are. Sitting on the sideline while you're healthy and available is not a bargaining chip in your belt.
Yeah, but that also has to do with a hot hand. I don't think that so much has to do. That has to do with what Kyle Shanahan liked or wanted. And, you know, we don't know the truth. We don't know if Breida was hurt. We don't know if he was a healthy scratch. He was still active. It's just Kyle Shanahan just didn't give him the ball for some odd reason. So we as fans don't know what the true story is to that. We're just literally thinking that it was an injury or that he was on the bad side of Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan could have literally just went with the hot hand of who he thought was best for that position in that game. And we're all counting Matt Breida out. So I personally don't – I think the skill set that Matt Breida brings should warrant you at least a third, at least.
If he was consistent. I think his talent is better than the third-round talent. So let's not make any mistakes about it. His talent, when he's out there and what he brings to the table, his speed, his pass-catching ability and all that stuff, even his willingness to block. He might not be the best blocker, but his willingness to do it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Eric Crocker just texted and said, he's like, I just looked for y'all. The third with comp picks goes all the way to pick 106. So it is a third compensatory pick.
Okay.
So the comp picks start in the third round.
Correct.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought. I thought it was a third. See? So there you go. Boom. Y'all got to be happy then, right?
Yeah. So
now y'all was mad at 106 because you thought it was a fourth, but you're cool with 106 because of third?
I'll take the third.
I was cool with it at the fourth.
Right. Yeah. So okay.
I'm just saying, I think we're cutting. If it was a fourth round pick, I think we're cutting ourselves short. I think we could get a third out of it. So for that reason,
I don't get how it's a third if it's in the fourth. I get
because this is what happens. We're thinking that every 32 picks is a round, right? But once they introduce the compensatory picks, it messes it up. So one round can have 40 picks in it.
Gotcha.
And that's what ends up happening. So under normal circumstances, the third round will only you got 32, 64, 96.
Right.
But it's not like that when you start throwing all the extra picks in there. So that's how the numbers end up changing up a little bit. But 106 has to be one of the first compensatory picks towards the mid or towards the end of the third round, I guess. But either way, I mean, it works. It works. It's cool. I'm happy with 106 compensation. I'm not going to sit here and argue about the round or not. If we get anything for Breida, it's better than getting nothing and letting him walk. That's the way I felt about it from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got to remember, man. This guy, he was undrafted. You know, we signed him. He played. He balled out. Like he did what he had to do. And he's put himself into this situation. Maybe it was a gift that Kyle didn't play Breida because he wanted Breida to have a chance to start elsewhere because of the running back room. So he kept him so he can prevent him from any or furthering an injury or anything like that. Because
not being able to pass the physical.
Yeah, man. So that way, if he does get his chance, Kyle likes guys. He likes to let guys go on their terms. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, man, I know we're going to get you out of here. Cool, whatever. Let me set you up in the best situation so that you can have the best chance to survive and have the opportunity. So this could be a gift if this is true. We don't know if any of this is true, but if this is true, that's probably what it's coming down to.
Okay. And Anthony should be popping in soon, guys. There he is. Boom. What's up, big dog?
What's going on, guys? How's it hanging right now?
What's going on?
Short to the left. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, why did I look down? I'm trying to figure that out. All right, cool. Yeah, all right.
Y'all got issues. Both of y'all.
All right, so where are we at right now? What's going on?
You have there's a rumor right now that the 49ers are going to get the Eagles' 106th pick for Matt Breida.
103rd compensatory.
Oh, 103rd. I thought it was 106. I'm sorry. 103. How do you feel about that? Third round pick.
I think in today's league where running backs are extremely undervalued because you can get so many good ones at any position, whether it's 6th, 7th, undrafted, you name it, I think that's absolutely a steal for Matt Breida. And look, we've seen what Matt Breida can do when he's on a roll, but it's a matter of him being consistent. And last season, we didn't necessarily see that consistency. And obviously that was because his snaps dropped off. But even then, the consistency kind of dropped off after the Browns game. So getting that kind of value for a running back of, pretty much one of the lowest valued positions in the league, I think that's a steal. Sign me up instantly. Not only do the Niners get a draft pick that they need, but they also shed a little bit of salary, which is really helpful too going into the next season.
I mean, it's not that much of a salary.
Well, the point is $3.5 million, though, Nick. That's all that matters. The Niners need to save money any way possible, whether it's little, whether it's a lot.
I
You got
think
people
I
saying,
think he gets that money either way.
Marquise Goodwin, and that's $3 million. So what's the difference between that and Breida? The point is that they're saving money, and any way they can save money going into next season, that's what matters.
I think, but that's what I'm saying. I think he keeps that money either way. If he's traded or not.
No, not for us. If someone trades him, trade for a contract.
Mm-hmm.
They would take on his contract there.
Tender money on the tender isn't dead salary cap. So the Niners aren't losing anything.
Right.
Yeah. All right, that's cool, man. Breezy with another hat. Have I seen this one before, man? Is that hard plastic, that hat?
No, man, it's a fit. It's a 5950, baby.
Wait till my when this falls
I just
and it ain't all big when I let it out.
You've been saying that shit for a year, but yeah, you're right. When it falls, I got you.
Okay, all right. He coming at my dreads, y'all. All right, I heard him.
Never. I respect the roster, bro. Like,
He said you've been saying that shit for a year. I heard you. All right, man. It's all love, guys. Listen, man. We got some other rumors to talk about too. Was that it for the Matt Breida thing? Nick, did you have anything else on it? Oh wait, this way.
And, well, it's what's funny about that is we just got, that story came out by 49ers Web Zone about Matt Breida and it's time to get back to business. And as soon as that dropped, ding, 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 here come the rumor, yo. So what y'all got to say about that?
Okay. All right. See, he's starting. All right. Do you really think he wanted to be with the Niners all the time? Do you think he wanted to be with the Niners?
He did, when he had signed that tender the same day, Dwelly signed his and such signed theirs, and even Kendrick Bourne signed his tender 2-3 weeks ago, right? Like, I'm just asking a question to you and y'all. Like, help me.
But Nick, you think he want to be here? Because
look, I mean, there's a lot of things that go into the whole signing the tender thing, right? You're technically a free agent. You can talk to other teams. If things aren't going the way that you want, then you come back and sign the tender. You don't need to sign that tender right away. So if he doesn't sign it right away, just as well as when Kendrick Bourne didn't sign his right away, we weren't asking if he wanted to be here, right? So he came to a deadline. He came to a deadline where he had to sign it, and nothing else worked out or panned out in his part because he was technically a free agent. So I can't say that he didn't want to be here, but obviously business-wise, you're going to check your other avenues and see what you can get on the open market before you sign a tender.
So then, Anthony, let me ask you this the same way. Using what Nick just said, okay? Nick just said some very cool stuff here, but he said technically a free agent, he can check with other teams. Does that mean that guy wants to come back to your team?
You're talking about Matt Breida?
Yeah. If Matt Breida has a tender and an offer on the table from the Niners, he says, yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me just see what they talking about over here. Does that tell you that he wants to be back with his team?
Would he would get the same amount of money if he signed with that other team, right, on the tender, or would it be an actual contract?
They would have to trade for him. They would have to acquire him.
Trade for him? Okay.
Yeah. So it didn't matter if he was somewhere else or not because they can't get a contract.
Then he would be playing on the tender, right?
Once he signed, his options, he had two options on the tender. He had to sign it and play with the Niners, or be traded, or not sign and sit out the season.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's kind of like the franchise tag thing. Then that's kind of similar. Shoot, yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily think that means he wants to come back with the team. And you look at what went on with Matt Breida. Like I said, his snaps dropped off. There has to be a part of him that realizes he's kind of getting phased out from the team. And you saw how effective guys like Mostert could be, who just stepped in out of nowhere and just balled out instantly. And then when Tevin Coleman came back, Tevin Coleman was kind of getting in the groove too, and even Jeff Wilson. So when you're Matt Breida, you wait till the last day to sign your tender. As him, I would be thinking like, wow, I really feel like I kind of want to feel things out and see where I can go to a team that could possibly use me more. Because you got to figure on a 1-year contract like the tender, Breida is going to want to get his value up as much as possible. And I don't think he could do that on the Niners. So I could definitely see why he would want to see and feel out the market with other teams. And I think that would give him every reason not to want to come back.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. I just think if he wanted to be here, he would have signed it and then started working on negotiations with the team for an extension. That's just the way I feel about it. But I could be wrong. And like I don't disagree with what Nick was saying with if I'm a free agent, if I made it this far, let me test the waters. But that's not what that tender is all about. They didn't give you that one of those tenders. They didn't give you that. What is it? There's a couple of different ones. They didn't give him that one where he could go out and get a deal, right?
Yeah, I mean,
that's like one of the tags, isn't it?
Restricted free agent.
So, yeah, he's a restricted free agent. It's just you're just putting a value on him.
Correct.
And saying that you're going to sign him back if nobody else signs him. And if you go to sign him and somebody else wants to sign him, they have to match what you're going to give them. They have to give you that value back before they sign him. If the tag is signed.
Right.
If the tag's not signed, he's still a free agent, but he's restricted. He's restricted on what he can do.
Yeah, the NBA is kind of like that, right? Like, obviously, without the trades, but if a restricted free agent goes in, another team can match the offer that the same team is offering them, and
correct,
you can go from there. That seems kind of similar.
Yeah, I think the issue with Breida is not his gameplay or things like that. I think what happened with Breida was he got hurt and Mostert happened. So when Mostert happened, it almost for Breida was just like, oh shoot, you know what I'm saying? And then with McKinnon pulling that okie doke move, saying, "Yo, I'll play for peanuts and Cracker Jacks," and we know that's a Kyle Shanahan guy. I mean, would you want a player that's gonna play for free, or you want a player you gotta pay, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 million? Like that, that's one of those. That's a business move for the Niners. So I think Kyle wants to see McKinnon, and I think Mostert showed up and showed out, right? And for Breida, he's just kind of the odd man out, right? Because you still got Coleman, and I know Coleman is not the fast running back like the other three guys we mentioned. All right. Coleman is in between their speed and faster than probably Jeff Wilson Jr., right?
Hey, if you ask Madden got him faster than Mostert.
No, it depends on if you play in franchise mode, because I got somebody in franchise mode done hooked Tevin Coleman up, and he's un-motherfreaking stoppable. I'm like, they traded him to a different team, and he's in my division. I'm like, come on, guys. Tevin Coleman is supposed to get hit and fall down, but not in this franchise mode manner. But I think that's what happened to Breida, and it's unfortunate. So I think trading him is in his best interest. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nick. I was going to throw something Nick anyway.
This kind of goes back to the conversation, and I know they're two different players, but this goes back to the conversation of Jimmy Ward, right? Because in my personal opinion, I think Matt Breida is the second close to first most talented running back we have on this team, right? The only thing that we hold against him is injuries. So now we go back to the Jimmy Ward thing, right? And we were talking about Jimmy Ward is versatile. He's athletic. He needs that chance. He needs that opportunity. He needs to play more. But he consistently kept getting hurt, and we wanted to bring him back. Now we're talking about a running back group that is known for injuries. Mostert, Coleman, Breida. We don't know much about Jeff Wilson Jr., but of those top three guys, injuries happen all the time in this running back system of the guys that we have. Mostert's been hurt twice with a forearm. Tevin Coleman's been hurt with his ankle as well. And Matt Breida's had a consistent ankle injury, right? So these whole times. And we're talking about just getting rid of a guy when we haven't finished a season with the same amount of guys that we go into, and Jerick McKinnon, obviously, with his knee. So that's four guys right there that are all injury-prone guys. And we're talking about giving away probably one of the most athletic running backs because of what reason? Like, you keep them in and compete.
I mean, you replace them, bro. Man, that's what the draft is all about. And there's still going to be free agents out there. You got Devontae Freeman, another injury. There's guys out there that.
I agree with what Nick was saying. He is definitely – that was a very good parallel that you drew between him and Jimmy Ward. As far as like talent goes, he is definitely probably the most talented all-around back in the 49ers running back room. I like him more than I like Coleman.
But then how many safeties we got? Like how many?
Yeah, but it's not. Well, I'm just bringing it back to talk about it because that's how we were talking about Jimmy Ward.
Oh, we weren't
talking about ship him off. Where
a lot of your word.
Everybody
people were.
Jimmy Ward.
No. I know, but I'm saying not like like there were people sticking up for keeping him here. It was probably half.
Yeah, I mean, there's people sticking up for Breida as well. I just think we got pick 13 and 31, 156, 176. Yo, I'm just saying there's a lot of talent in this draft, whether they go running back or they draft a tight end or they draft or whatever. But having that late third round compensatory pick, that could be a steal. It could be a gem. And they might find another undrafted guy that just don't get drafted from one of them schools that's around the corner, and he becomes a star. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Breezy mentioned something real quick, and this is a topic that we didn't even plan on discussing. This is crazy, almost half an hour, right? But Breezy mentioned something that I wanted to toss to Nick and Anthony too. He said, he said it in passing so quick. He was like, Breida kind of got screwed with McKinnon coming back, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. The Niners had to cut McKinnon in order to void his old contract and then give him the veteran minimum, right? That wasn't a renegotiation. They cut him and re-signed him, right?
No, I think it was just a renegotiation.
I thought it wasn't a negotiation either. I don't remember him getting cut, but I could be wrong.
I think they just restructured his contract for the years going forward. So he's already been paid what he was paid, and then we just changed up what he was going to make. Basically ripped up that contract and redid a new contract and came into agreement with that. I don't believe he was cut.
Let me see if I can pull this up real quick, because either way, but I don't want us to get sidetracked with it, because that is, I'm not sure. I know they redid something, right? And he basically had the option to say no, but it was come back and play for the minimum or you can go, right? So we all agree with that, right? What are the odds of McKinnon saying yes to that? So maybe the Niners put that tender on him because they knew McKinnon might be wanting to go. So Breida's in our back pocket now. We got him.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. Okay.
That's what I wanted to ask Anthony and Nick. Do y'all think, because when Wayne said that, I was like, damn, that's a really good point. Like, we had no guarantee that McKinnon was going to come back because they restructured him. I thought they had to cut him and redo it, but I'm going to look that up now. I'm going to see how many years are left on McKinnon's contract, because he signed a 5-year deal at first. So he should have 2 or 3 more years left on that thing. So I'm going to look it up while you guys are talking. But do you think that McKinnon's decision to come back and play on that vet minimum influences what the Niners do with Breida?
Well, I don't think it influences it because of the fact that the Niners didn't have to restructure. Like, Jerick McKinnon didn't have to restructure his contract. He just did that because of the fact, like, they could have literally just cut him.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? And okay, they went to him and said, look, this is where we're at. If you want to stay on this team without being cut and show what you got, basically you need to restructure your contract. We need to come to agreement on what we're going to do with this contract. So they restructure, right? And then once they reach,
I just looked it up. This is a final year on this contract. This is not a restructure. This is a new contract.
Right. It's a restructure though. It's a new restructured contract.
It's like
his contract terms are 1 year, $1.1 million if he makes the roster.
Correct. So they void the last contract and restructured his new contract. They cut years and stuff off his contract. You can't cut a player and then bring them in on a new contract. You can, but that's not what happened in this sense.
His contract just got straight up restructured.
So what happened to you can't take years off of a player's contract. Where did his years go?
I think he only had a 3-year deal, Mike.
Yeah.
No, his deal was 4 years. It was 4 years,
it was
30
3
million.
years with a 4th option, right?
No options, just 4 years, 30 million. The old contract was 4 years, 30 million. He was going to be a non-restricted free agent in 2022. They took off 2 years of the contract to make it due, or to make the final year this year, took off a lot of the money. So they took off all the signing bonus and stuff, so he wouldn't count against the salary if he was cut. So it's just a cap hit. That's it. And he's, like Mike said, he's only owed $2.9 million.
It looks like a whole new contract to me. Like I've never seen 2 years disappear off of someone's contract before.
It's just a restructure. It was a restructure,
Quan, bro. They did that to Quan.
What?
They did the same thing to Quan Alexander.
They took years off of Quan's contract. No, they didn't. They just made the guaranteed money a little finicky. I think Quan is still. I'll look it up too. But all right, I'm getting sidetracked. But do you guys think that? Anthony, I want to ask Anthony too. Do you think that the McKinnon situation has played any part in Breida's future with the team?
Yeah, I think it does. And you see a guy like McKinnon who has a lot of talent, but It sounds like that he just wants to play and at least try and get his value up. This is basically a 1 year kind of a prove it contract for a running back. And he realized that his time is coming up soon. I think he's 28 years old now. He's getting old and he has a major injury history, which doesn't look good for a running back. So he says, you know what? I'm going to get rid of all this money, get rid of the signing bonus, all that, make it a 1 year contract. This is a prove it for me. And if he balls out, which I think I feel like that if McKinnon comes back healthy, and this is what Matt Breida is thinking. He's thinking if McKinnon comes back healthy, there goes my playing time. And I think that helps lead into Breida's decision to, wait to sign the tender and see what happens. And so, yeah, I think what they did with McKinnon, I mean, why else would they go out of their way to do all this extra just to keep McKinnon? And obviously both parties agreed, but it's more so that they signed him for so much. McKinnon took off so much money in the original contract, and the Niners said, yeah, okay, we love your potential. Let's get you out there if you're healthy. And you're Breida, you're saying, wow, this guy is doing everything he can to play. How does that make me feel? And these two guys are making almost the same amount of money. So it's like
no, Breida's making double. Breida's making double, almost triple what he's going to get. That 3.2 something, right? And I think McKinnon is 1.16.
I thought McKinnon was $2 million.
No, McKinnon's 2.9 million.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh, that's got what incentives.
Okay.
That's what incentives, though, right? That's what incentives. The guarantee is one. I don't know. Anyway, but Quan Alexander signed the 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, they basically on Quan's they just completed. They did a restructure. The team prorated a small amount, $333,525 of Alexander's remaining salary of 2019 to a signing bonus.
Right.
Then Alexander's 2020 was lowered from 11.25 million to 976,235, with the rest paid out as an option bonus on April 1st, 2020.
Yeah,
right.
I got you.
Yeah, so bonus money versus guaranteed and coming off the books, hard money. But yeah, this is crazy. This is nuts, man.
There's a lot of contract moves. But to the original question, though, yeah, I think what they did with McKinnon really helps determine their decision for Breida and Breida's decision to honestly just wait till the last day to sign the tender.
All right, so let's move on, man. Look, I would like to see Breida out there again. I would like to see the whole cast healthy. I'll be honest with you guys. Let everybody focus on what their main priority job is going to be. I told you guys, man. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. There was another rumor that we have to get to, though, guys, and that rumor is going to be another one involving a trade with the Cowboys. Marquise Goodwin is rumored to be the target of the Dallas Cowboys. Man, did you guys think that the Niners would hesitate? What would it take from the Cowboys? I don't know what draft picks they have. I don't have their draft picks pulled up in front of me or anything like that. But if you guys were looking up Marquise Goodwin.
What was the offer and the rumor? Was there a pick offer? Or it was just a news, right?
Yeah, it was from Cowboys Sports Illustrated team said that the Cowboys have been targeting him. He's been their top target.
And then give me another 5th round pick, man.
I have the article here. I mean,
bust it down for us, ball. Let's go, baby.
I'm just gonna get to the part. So it says. Basically, it was written about speculatively a few days ago, a blogger simply suggesting that it might be a good idea between the Cowboys and Christian Kirk, right? So then next came a Twitter account purporting to that said suggestion was breaking news. But then we asked the inside source about Dallas' willingness to solve its slot receiver vacancy by making a trade for a player like Kirk. And the answer is a general yes. That's right. As it relates to Kirk or Marquise Goodwin or any other affordable slot receiver on the block, the answer is general yes. They're looking for a slot type guy. 5'11", 200-pound Kirk was a second-round pick in 2018 by Arizona. He certainly does not register as a bust last year. 23-year-old total 68 catches for 709 yards, 3 touchdowns, and worked as a return man too. Kirk has his Texas ties, being an A&M product, and so does Marquise Goodwin, 29, who played at Rolette High School and the University of Texas. He has been injured and unproductive in his last 2 seasons in San Francisco, but in 2017 caught 56 passes for 962 yards and 2 touchdowns. The former Olympic track star has not been at all limited to being a slot guy, despite his stature, 5'9", 180, and has also done work as a return man. And it says 3 other names we find more worth mentioning in this mix: Browns free agent Rashard Higgins, Cowboy free agent Tavon Austin, and Des Bryant. Like, that's all it says.
if I'm any team with Marquise Goodwin, including the 49ers, the only time I'm not lining him up in the slot is when I want to dictate the coverage of the safety, the free safety, just moving over a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Just to manipulate him. I think Marquise Goodwin in the slot would be deadly as hell. Giving him free release to go either direction, and with that speed, oh my God, man, that would be so dangerous. Does Dak have that arm? Is he taking the shots down the field like that?
I mean, he got Amari Cooper. He throws the ball pretty deep with him.
Yeah. Oh shit. All right, could be a good fit then.
But
hey, same thing that I said about Breida. My thoughts on it. What compensation would you guys want for Goodwin? All right, how about this? Would y'all accept a 7th for Marquise Goodwin?
Yeah.
I want a 5. I need at least a 6. So no, I won't.
So you rather keep him on your team?
Yes.
Then take a 7th. Okay, that's interesting.
And try to rework him in the offense. Try to give him. We know that Jimmy G I still think he could be a speed guy. My issues with Goodwin is, does he want to play football, man? That's it.
No, I get it. You know.
I just need him to answer that question. I need him to hit me up on the 2-way, do time port, and say, "Yo, Breezy, I want to play football." If he says that, I will advocate for him on this team. Like I don't know if he wants to play football, bro.
I hear you. No, we all have that question. Nick, you think a 7th round? Would you accept it?
No. And I don't think I think Marquise Goodwin in this offense can actually cause a lot of damage. And I've said that before. I think he can be that, 800 to 1,000 yard receiver. It's just a matter of getting his mental right. Like Seattle dude says, like, you got to protect your chickens and your mental, right? And his mental has been screwed up the last 2 years.
You don't even name his name.
Yeah. No.
The Seattle dude.
Yeah, the Seattle
We
dude.
called him Skittles or something, yo.
Nope, Seattle dude. But the end is I think Marquise Goodwin can really fit and energize this offense if his head is right. And I don't think it's so much about not wanting to play football. I think this over the last 2 years, I mean, losing 2 children, well, 3 basically, twins and a child. The small injury that he had on his toe foot that nobody knew about, that even knew he had surgery. We just don't know what there is. We talk about, we can't say how 18 is feeling about his confidence level, but yet we all put it out there and say that Marquise Goodwin just isn't in and doesn't want to play football, right? So,
all right, let me clear the air, because I'm one of those people that made a comment similar to that. But it wasn't that he didn't want to play football. He's still in the NFL. He wants to play, otherwise he would have retired. Is football your priority? That's what it's always been about for me. Is whether or not it's priority. I just want to clear the air here.
Right, and to me, like we've had this discussion plenty of times on this show, right? People respond differently to certain things, right? This dude, the first time he lost a child, was out there on the football field and played, right? It was his first touchdown as a Niner, had a hell of a game, great job by him, right? Then he loses 2 more, right? Then he loses an uncle to suicide, right? So he's lost a lot in his family, and some people react differently. Some are just like, you know what? Look at Quan Alexander, right? When something happened to his brother, he went out there, he played for his brother. Some people just can't, it depends on the individual. And Marquise Goodwin started doing that to where he was playing, trying to overcome things, and things just kept piling on top of him, right? Now, any normal human being, if stress-induced things could just continue to pile on top of you, of course your head's not going to be in the game, right? Because you're thinking about other things. Like, I think we hold Marquise Goodwin so accountable. It's not like he's always constantly injured. He's just not on the field because of outside issues, right? So that, to me,
That's his job, Nick. I understand these issues happen and they're unfortunate, and they're just not great. They're tragic and whatever. And that's why I said, like, if you need a break, then take the break. But you can't be on a team and seclude yourself from the team and possibly bring your team down, and they're trying to lift you up and all. I get everyone grieves differently, And yeah, he played the first game, that one game when he lost his first shot. He didn't know it happened, so he was playing the game, or he did know it happened, but he played the game. I'm
No,
just
he knew.
saying, if he doesn't, if he's not ready mentally to play yet because he's still grieving, then it's okay to take a break. I'm not saying
right, but that's what I'm trying to say. We don't know what him and the team office discussed, right? When you have something happen at work, right, you can take a 12-week FMLA leave. That's your break. You take that break, right? But the team could have been saying, take this break, step back, still practice, but do this, blah, blah, blah. We pull somebody up and do what we need to do. We don't know what those conversations were. And we're just putting those conversations on him as he doesn't want to play football anymore. The front office could have said, we know you're going through a lot. Just relax right now, chill out. We got your back, right? We don't know what it was. And we can't sit here, and it's the same thing as with other players when we're told we can't speculate. But we speculate on whatever players we decide to speculate on, but not other players, right? Like when I said the confidence level of Dante Pettis isn't where it needs to be, and we're like, well, we can't speculate what he's feeling or speculate how he does, but yet we do the same thing on another guy on this team. So that's where I get confused at, because we bounce back and forth from player to player. I just gave a perfect example on Jimmy Ward and Matt Breida. Right, we're like, ship Matt Breida out of here, just to hell with him, doesn't care about his talent, whatever. Not us in general, but fans. And then, it's the same perspective. Like, I truly think that Marquise Goodwin will strive in this offense if given the opportunity and can keep his head on mentally, as in home life. I don't think it's the football life. I think it's the home life, everything he's been through. So, we don't know. We're speculating, and we're just ready to ship off another good talent who we haven't really seen, who had almost 1,000-yard season in this offense, and then went downhill because of things that happened at home. And we're sitting here grading the guy because saying he doesn't want to play on a team when in 2 years he's lost family members that were close to him and babies of them.
But how do we know that's what affected his gameplay? You can't sit there and tell us not to speculate, and then you speculate and say, well, this death happened, and
because he wasn't playing. So
he played, and then he wasn't playing due to injury. Like, that's what, whether it was real or not, that's what they said. It was, he got injured or this or that. I think he missed one game due to the passing of one of his childs, right? Other than that, he was out there. Then he dropped passes. Then he didn't.
Right. No, Breezy's right. Breezy's right there with he didn't miss significant time due to any losses in his family. He was healthy or he wasn't. That was basically it.
When the thing happened with his uncle, he stepped away for like 6 weeks.
But Breezy's
everybody's like, "Where's Marquise Goodwin?" And he kept being inactive, and nobody knew what was happening to him. And then Kyle Shanahan,
Shanahan was saying it's something personal. I'm not going into it.
He stepped away the game for like 6 weeks last year, almost 7.
But he's back though. That's what Breezy's talking about though.
But he didn't come back from that. That's what I'm trying to say. He had the injury and then had surgery and was out the rest of the season.
So so you stepped away, then you had your surgery, and now it's, do you want to play football? Now you haven't retired, and so now we're all speculating. We've done it a million times already. Are you guys taking the 7th for him? Now Breezy is saying no. Nick is saying no. Anthony, are you going to take a 7th?
Nah, I got to be the devil's advocate here, and just listening to both points, it's really good. But it's just like the Matt Breida thing. If you can trade him away when you can fill his position with almost any player like Shanahan can with any running back, you can do the same thing with Marquise Goodwin. There's plenty of wide receivers available that you can get on really cheap contracts in the mid to late rounds of the day, whose speed you can find, maybe not Marquise Goodwin's speed, but you can still find a deep end guy later in the draft that could possibly replace him. And we see how this team deals with mid to late round picks. They make them starters. They make them really good players. Look at Kittle. Look at Greenlaw. Look at Marcel Harris. And I know Harris wasn't good, but he filled in as the 7th round pick would, or a 6th round pick. And Harris wasn't even that bad. So I think the team is going to look to get whatever value they can out of Marquise Goodwin. And the one thing you guys kind of didn't bring up, and I was really shocked about it, I thought it was interesting that they did not choose to bring Marquise Goodwin on the team plane when they went to the Super Bowl, because they had a choice to bring players onto the team plane, and Marquise Goodwin wasn't one of the players they chose. And he even went on his own YouTube channel and expressed his disappointment with that decition. He said, yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. My happiness is what matters. But it's the fact he still went on his own show to say that he was disappointed about it. It's a little shocking. So
talk about it.
I know that's really small, and that could be telling of a lot of things or not telling of anything. But when a player has to go on his own YouTube channel to express disappointment, it's a little shocking. So we saw a information saying that this was Goodwin's time was up after he got injured once he went on IR. And then later on, the Super Bowl comes, they don't bring him on the team plane. And it's like, that's kind of a weird decision. So in a deep wide receiver class, even with a couple free agents still available, like Taylor Gabriel, for example, the Niners have a lot of options to fill that position and fill what Marquise Goodwin does. So if they could save money and get some kind of draft pick out of it, even if it's a 7th, sadly, but even if it's a 7th, go for it.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. Did you watch that whole YouTube broadcast?
I watched it the day of. I got to rewatch it again.
Okay, because he was talking about how he decided and the team decided that he wasn't going to go because he wanted to be there for his wife to go to the doctor's appointments that she had set up and would get there after the team.
Why would he say he's disappointed that the team didn't decide to bring him on, though?
Because he wasn't saying that he was disappointed. And I mean, I can go back to it, but he wasn't saying that he was disappointed in the team. He was disappointed in general that he couldn't be there with his guys at that moment. And that's what he was saying, and traveling with them when he had other things that he had to take care of. And plus, he was still handling the situation with his foot with the doctors. So he therefore didn't travel with the team in the beginning and met the team there.
This is his exact quote. Hold on. This is his exact quote from the YouTube show. Goodwin wasn't happy with the decision, posting his disappointment on his YouTube channel Sunday. I just would have rather flown out with my teammates. Nothing against the family or anything. I just would have wanted to experience this with my guys who I practiced most of the year with, played most of the year with for the past 2 years, but it's all good.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. You're just reading a quote. Before everything of that, he literally said the reason why he couldn't go with the team. So yes, he was disappointed that he couldn't go with his teammates at the time that they were going. So we're taking quotes and not seeing the whole backstory of it and putting a quote like clickbait and just taking it to the head and saying this is why it's just because he wasn't happy the team said he couldn't fly with him. But that's not
you know Marquise personally, Nick?
No.
Because you go to bat for this. You go to bat for this dude a lot. Like this is your Dante Johnson. He's your Dante Johnson.
Hey. I think that he's one of the talent. I think he's still one of the, people will say, oh, he drops passes. He does this. I seen talent out of him in 2017 when he was playing like lights off, lights out. He was the number one guy, and he was proving that he could be in this offense. And I haven't seen him since because of stuff. I want to see what he can do in this offense.
But you're ignoring what he didn't do when he was here. Right. You're talking like he hasn't played since then. He has been with this team since then and hasn't done shit.
Right. I think that's my whole argument. Like how much longer if you were the president or the general manager or the coach of a team or organization, like how much longer will you put up with a person under contract that you have to pay? Like how much longer can you deal with it? Like it's a what have you done for me lately league, right? And if he's not doing anything, and like Anthony said, yo man. What's that guy, Eastman? You could get a guy out of the 7th round from a school from around the corner that could probably do more, who's younger, who doesn't have the responsibilities or other priorities. All you got to do is show up and play football. There'll be a 7th round pick. Like, if he can be, you say it all the time, Nick, everybody's replaceable. So.
Oh, I didn't say that he isn't replaceable.
I get that. I get what you're saying. You want to see his talent. That's like when fans say they want to see what Jerick McKinnon can do. That's like fans saying they want to see what what's my man name? Come on, Solomon Thomas can do, right? They want to. I don't think anybody's saying that, but that's like them saying they want to see what these players can do because they have some upside. Solomon Thomas just being drafted so high, if they could just get him at the right spot in this position, he might be a beast this year. This is his year to be a beast. I'm with you, Nick. Like I definitely want to see Goodwin ball out. I just want to see the 49ers utilize him, and I need to know from Goodwin, like, will you commit to us? I understand all the field issues? Are you in a place where you can commit to us at least 85% of the time? Like, start there. Like, you know what I mean? Same way they do Solomon Thomas. He experienced tragedy as well, right?
I think the issue with this, this whole situation is that it bothers me because we do it for certain players, but don't do it for others. And I think that's exactly why it kind of gets me to the point of like, you know, Dante Pettis, what has he done for you lately? Right.
And everyone's talking about moving him and no one's arguing against that. But when we bring up Marquise Goodwin, you're like, but.
It's the same as you go to bat for Witherspoon. It's the same as you go to bat for Dante Johnson.
I own my stuff, though. That's what I'm saying. I understand why people want to move on from Witherspoon. But when we say it about Goodwin, you're like, oh, but you guys are forgetting this. No, we're not forgetting it. He's been here since all of that, and he's still not doing anything.
Right.
That's all.
But it's my personal opinion that right now, I think he's probably, you know,
the fifth best wide receiver on the team. Go ahead and say it.
He's in the top 3 best on this
team. No way at all. No, hell no.
Who's better than him?
Are you talking about just talent wise?
Yeah, talent wise. Who's playing right now?
So you got I got him in my.
I'll give you Debo, Kendrick, and then Marquise.
Yeah.
No, Trent Taylor. I would take Trent Taylor over Marquise Goodwin right now. Are you kidding me?
I can't take Mr. Injury over Mr.
Over Mr. Injury? You can't take Mr. Injury over Mr. Injury?
I can't take.
But that's the thing, Mike. You're saying Mr. Injury. Marquise Goodwin isn't Mr. Injury.
Well, they're both Mr. Glass, but if I had to, that's tough. That's a tough question.
You are crazy if you think Marquise Goodwin is top 3 wide receiver.
I'm thinking. Who would you guys rather take? Would you take Trent Taylor? And I know they play different positions with the wide receiver position, but would you take Trent Taylor, the slot guy, or Marquise Goodwin, the deep route guy, like the speedy guy, the guy that takes?
Give me Trent Taylor because that's somebody Jimmy can throw to.
That's why. I gotta go that route. I would go that route. That doesn't mean he's better though, which is what Nick is saying. Right? That doesn't mean Trent Taylor is better. It's just that's the go-to guy. That's the guy that Jimmy feels comfortable in. It's like this. It's like when I say I think Witherspoon has more and better traits than Mosley, right? But I understand why people want to see Mosley on the field because he don't give up the big plays as often as Witherspoon does. I get that. I own it. You understand what I'm saying? But I can't sit here and make excuses for one guy and then ignore him for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I understand what everyone says about Witherspoon. Witherspoon's my guy. I see the potential in him, just like Nick sees the potential in Goodwin, right? He saw that almost 1,000-yard season, right? And I saw lockdown corner for 3 or 4 weeks. And I'm like, he can get back to that. Just like Nick is saying, he can get back to that. But if the team decided to move on to Witherspoon, I can't sit here and be like, oh, that's unfair, it's unjust. I completely understand why they did it. He won't turn his head around in time to make a play on the damn ball. Right. I completely get it. That's all I understand if they want to move on from him. I can't sit there. We're not being fair. We're not being fair. Yeah, we are. Witherspoon has had plenty of chances, just like Goodwin has had plenty of chances. If these guys aren't showing up, they aren't showing up. We're in a Super Bowl window. I can't have guys on the roster just holding up spots and money. Exactly, yo.
And I personally, you asked that question about Trent Taylor, and you know I love Trent Taylor, but Kendrick Bourne can easily fill in the Trent Taylor spot, and Marquise Goodwin can still bring the speed. So I'm taking Goodwin because he opens up the middle of the field
when he's out.
And I love Trent Taylor. No, like nobody will argue me off of Trent Taylor. I think Trent Taylor is a great talent, but right now in this system, Kendrick Bourne can fill in the slot. So can Deebo Samuel, and use Marquise outside and open up the middle of the field for the tight end and running backs.
And we got to keep moving, though, guys, because we are here. We almost at an hour already, and we haven't even got to our meat of the discussion. Now, was there any other thoughts on the Marquise Goodwin thing before we move on, or any other stuff that we talked about? Marquise Goodwin, Matt Breida, anybody else? I saw a question up here. Someone put it on the screen. Is Trey Burton a fit for the 49ers? I'm assuming you guys put it on the screen because you wanted to discuss it. Was there something on it that you wanted to discuss?
Talking about rumors, and that was one of the rumors. There's also the Evan Ingram rumor. And I just felt like we'll keep the rumor mill going, but we could save that for another show, bro.
Well, no, I mean, in short, it's clear that the Niners are looking to add someone else in the tight end room. That's basically what it is. And I will take any of those guys if they're going to come in and help the team. Like, I can't sit here and tell you guys I've watched Burton enough. I know he's been on a couple of teams. He's moved around. Evan Ingram is somebody. I don't know when that started. It was O.J. Howard, Evan Ingram, and now
Ingram started the same day Trey Burton was released.
Oh, okay.
What
Yeah,
are the Giants looking for in this Evan Ingram trade?
that I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't even say.
He's another person that stays hurt too. Like look,
I was just gonna say that he's another injury guy.
So, I mean, I know Trey Burton's coming off of that leg injury, and then you got Evan Ingram who can't play 16 games. I have the motherfucker. Like at this point, just get a guy that you feel like will complement what we already have. That's how I'm looking at it.
Okay. All right, so let's move on to the meat of this one. This is what the title is and everything, guys. So I saw an interesting conversation on Twitter today, and Sin, shout out to you because she's the one who had it. She had the tweet that I saw. She quote tweeted it. But what do you think was the biggest play of the 49ers season? Not your favorite, because your favorite and your biggest could be two different things. I'll be honest with you guys. One of my favorite things was watching Juice just manhandle those Steelers dudes.
So the title of the show is Best Play.
Right. So what do you think was the best play? Not your favorite. What do you think was the best play of the 49ers season? All year long, you can include playoffs, you can include regular season, everything in between. Hell, I'll even let you guys include preseason if you want, because I know my guy Hurd deserves some love for what he was doing in preseason. But what do you think was the best play of the 49ers season this year?
All right, man, let's randomly go, yo, because like I know everybody's got some stuff and everybody wants.
But I want this to be a nice, good discussion. I think it's going to be at least another half hour. So I'm gonna go grab a cigar. If one of y'all want to kick it off, I'm gonna grab another stogie real quick, and
Anthony,
let's get this thing popping.
First, Anthony.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
So you guys have known my fandom for this player for a while. It might not be everyone's favorite play. Some people might remember it. Most people probably just remember them winning the game. But I have to go with Jeff Wilson's game-winning touchdown against the Cardinals. I will not get over his celebration. When he scored the touchdown, I never seen like a more natural, more fluid celebration from a player who is just so hyped. And you guys know I'm a huge Jeff Wilson fan. If I can make Jeff Wilson the number one running back on this team, I would. But hey, he was really successful as the goal line back and the short yardage guy until Coleman came back. So lots of love for Jeff Wilson. But his touchdown against the Cardinals, which was a really nice comeback win, by the way, it was a little scary. It was a little scary to almost lose to the Cardinals like that. But
was that week 11 or
what's that?
Week 11?
I think that was a home game. That was a home game.
I think it was the first week we played.
Yeah, it was a home game.
Yeah, because we played them again 13 or something like that.
His celebration was unreal. Like I said, I've never seen a more natural and like free-flowing celebration from a player who was just so excited. And this guy came in so hyped with so much potential after scoring all those touchdowns the first few weeks. And when you hear about what happened, how Jeff Wilson basically didn't see Garoppolo and Garoppolo didn't see Wilson, and the fact that he got that throw off with, I think, Chandler Jones or is Buda Baker, maybe Jones, who was right in his face, that play was unreal. And I know it's not up there, at least for everyone else, it's not up there with like the Dre Greenlaw stop or Kittle's, big run against the Saints. But hell, that Jeff Wilson play, I think what happened with him in that moment and with that game, at least for the regular season, was just the embodiment of Niners football for the whole season. Here you have a guy, a no-name, no one's really heard about, score the game-winning touchdown, what felt like a miracle play, unreal. Absolutely unreal. And how he reacted and how his teammates picked him up, again, was the embodiment and what just showed what this team fought for and fought with each other all season. So it's not Dre Greenlaw, it's not George Kittle, it's not Robbie Gould's game-winning kick, but I got to give it to Jeff Wilson. It was just unreal.
That was his first snap of the game too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It was like
that. Didn't I hear that he wasn't supposed to be the running back that was out there, but the other guy wasn't ready or some shit like that?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was that same play.
Yeah, I don't think the play was designed for Jeff Wilson.
I remember it. I remember them saying that Jeff wasn't expecting to go out for it.
Yeah.
And he didn't even have time to stretch or anything. He just went out there and he just went out there,
ran a Texas route, and scored a touchdown. That's all.
Yeah, I think it was a play designed for somebody else. That's what it was, and he wasn't expecting to go out there for that play. Yeah. That's a really good. That was my favorite play up until that point. That was a really good.
Yeah, one. And like I was telling these guys, Mike, Jeff Wilson's my guy. I'll go to the grave for Jeff Wilson. So to see that, and like I said, it was the embodiment of Niners football for the whole season. It was insane. It was like goosebumps. Totally goosebumps.
That's a neat play, man.
Excellent pick, man. I love that one, man. All right. Anybody want to go next? If you guys want me to go, I'll go. But you let me know who you guys want to, how you want to do this.
Wayne, you want me to go or are you going to go?
You go, Nick.
All right. Wow, there was a ton of them for me.
He's going to take my play. I can feel it.
No, probably not. I'm going to have to go with the George Kittle one, and for a reason. That game, if we don't win that game, we don't win the West. We don't get the number 1 seed. If you look at the way the rest of the season planned out, that to me had to be the best play of the year, because we wouldn't have been in position for Dre Greenlaw to make that stop if George Kittle doesn't get that first down and win that game in New Orleans. So to me, as in most important favorite play of the year or biggest play of the year, it goes back to that because of the fact that A, it was 4th down. B, it saved us from going to overtime. He manhandled his way to another penalty, getting us in field goal range. And then we win the game, obviously with like 2 seconds left on the clock.
We would have lost that game. We wouldn't have went to overtime because we were down by 1.
Right. So we would have lost that game, and we would have never even been in position to be the number 1 seed at all. So if we lose that game, we're looking at 5 seed. And the Seattle Seahawks probably don't even play their starters in that week because of the fact that they would have been West winners. So the Dre Greenlaw play could have never happened and a lot of other things. And also, I think that's a biggest play because after that, we started playing lights out football.
Well, you started getting guys back, man.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like the level of what they could do, you hear them say, "Oh, the noise really doesn't bother me. I played in the Superdome." You know what I mean? Like this year in the Superdome was wild. So I got to go with the George Kittle play for those reasons. Because if we don't win that football game on that last play, then we're not the number 1 seed, and we don't even know if we'd make it to the Super Bowl. We could have been the 5th seed, all the traveling, so forth and so forth, and who knows what could have happened.
Mike, you want to go ahead? Because I don't want to steal your play, yo.
All right, I'll go next, man. And I like what Nick was saying, but here's my little caveat to that. Any win that we got or that we could have not gotten earlier on would have meant the same exact thing down the line with the way the rest of the season played out. So I can't put it up there because of that. If you understand what I'm saying, like if Jeff Wilson
really, didn't get that, not really, because the Saints were ones that were competing with us. So other teams.
But another loss would have changed our record, which means we wouldn't have been in the same position to get the number 1 seed. So if we had lost that game against the Cardinals and the rest of the season played out the same way it did, we still don't get the number 1 seed. We had to get that win against the Cardinals. We had to get that win against the Saints and so on and so on. Every win was important. So if we take away one of the other wins that was close, then it's the same result. So my play, and you mentioned it, and so did Anthony, is the Dre Greenlaw play. That play right there. Talk about, I mean, like I said, when Anthony's pick, that was the embodiment of 49ers football, right? Same thing there, man. We started out on fire, and then next thing you know, we kind of went stale, and it was like, oh my God, man. And that's like what happened with our season, right? All these injuries and everything, the production of sacks and quarterback hits and everything just dropped when all the injuries hit and everything. But man, we were bending, and it looked like we were gonna break. I'm telling you guys, everybody I was talking to, people texting me, well, y'all gave it a good shot. Thought y'all were going to beat them this year. It's not going to happen. They were marching on the field, and they were just moving. They got in the goal situation, and something happened where we backed them up, and then they got the yards back and got to do it. Man, that last series, oh, my God, against Seattle. Dre Greenlaw putting his heels on the goal line and standing firm and playing his role. They had the perfect play design, and Dre Greenlaw, one step either direction out of place, that's a touchdown. If he was a step backwards, he was right there at the damn goal line. That right there, that gave us the number 1 seed. That was it for me. That was the best play of the entire season for me. I don't know how. I appreciate all the other plays. I swear to God I do. But beating Seattle in Seattle on that last second play like that, game over, man. I loved it. That's the one for me right there, man. I really, really appreciated that one. I know all you guys appreciate it too, but man, Greenlaw became like the guy for me. He is a Seahawk killer. We saw what he did in overtime and everything. That boy eats against Seattle, man. And that's someone that we're looking forward to seeing do. Now, last time I said this, it was about Dante Pettis and how he was the Seahawk killer, right? And we saw how that worked. So I got to stop calling Drake.
Different monster, bro. Different, different side of the ball as well, too. A different mentality.
Yes, sir.
And just to add to what you said, like Seahawk killer it is, man. If you remember the when they came to Santa Clara and they played the 49ers, Dre Greenlaw had that interception at the goal line as well. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
I don't know if y'all remember that. And we had that game won. That play.
I swear, when Greenlaw got that ball, I swear to God, he was running as fast as an offensive lineman.
Bro,
I was like, bro, are you this slow? You look so slow.
Yo,
I was like, man.
when he caught that play, when he caught that pass, I said, who the freak is Dre Greenlaw, yo? Like, I knew he was, but I'm like, who is it? Like, and remember, all preseason, we said this kid can't cover, right? He struggled with coverage, right? He read the hell out of probably one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. But, all you guys said some amazing plays, man. And you know what I'm realizing, yo? There are some amazing players on the San Francisco 49ers, yo. Amazing. Some drafted, some undrafted, some signed in free agency, some traded for. But I'm going with an undrafted guy. All right. Well, not undrafted. Yeah, he was undrafted, if I'm not mistaken. He definitely wasn't drafted to us, but we definitely picked him up. And I'm going with a running back, man. And in the NFC Championship game, this guy single-handedly ran over a whole motherfucking team. A whole team. Like a whole team. Like he just ran over a team. And you want to talk about killer? He killed the Green Bay Packers, yo. And I'm going to go with my man, Raheem Mostert, yo. And Nick, if you can attest, we were at that game. And just tell the people the sensational feeling, no pause, that we were feeling every time Mostert touched that ball. Can you give people a recap what it felt like? Because every play he did was a phenomenal. So it's the whole game. He gets the whole game. Okay? Nick, talk about that game, yo.
I mean, we were sitting there talking shit the whole game, talking about don't even throw the ball anymore. Don't even throw the ball. Just
Nick and I said, do not throw the ball, y'all. We didn't have to.
Don't even get like, we were at halftime. Everybody was out there, and that's all the people were talking about. It wasn't the score. It wasn't that we're winning, that we're about to go to the Super Bowl. It was, damn, Raheem Mostert is killing it today. Like the energy was crazy.
Yo, let's keep it a buck. Their run defense is no slouch, cuz they got them big mother freakers up, the Smith brothers and them dudes on the outside. Their linebacking core is suspect. But once he got past the first and the second level, was a problem, yo. And he was catching the ball out of backfield. I don't know about y'all, but that's the day that Matt Breida, Niners just scored again. Facts. That's the day Matt Breida said, oh, shit. That's the day Jerick McKinnon said, I'll play for peanuts. That's the day Jeff Wilson said, just put me in, coach. I got you. I'll help you seal the deal. That's when Raheem Mostert said, you know what, guys? I'm surfing, and I got you, man. Like, look, cats have been out on me all my career. They didn't want me in Philly. They didn't want me here. You guys gave me a chance. I'm going to show you guys I'm going to do this. I ain't trying to be the best player. I'm trying to be the best at what I can be. Matt Breida gets my best play. And he was doing it consistently all year. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to give it to Deebo Samuel. But Anthony took that Arizona Cardinal Week 11 game and he gave his game ball the best play to my man from that game. So I had to go a different route, yo. But yo, man, he's special. He's special, yo. That's dog mentality. That's a woo. That's that mentality right there.
That's big dog. That's big dog right there. I also like. I had a couple of other honorable mentions. I don't know if you guys have any off the top of your head, but one of my other favorite ones was that 4th and 2 play against Baltimore, out there in the nasty weather, and Deebo just going down the field, fighting, and just oh my God, that play right there.
Not even thrown to him, like it was misplaced in the air. He's like, I got it, Jimmy. I got you, bro, and got it.
Yeah, that game was nasty too.
Oh, yeah, man, I got sick after that game, yo.
I got sick after the Washington one, not the Baltimore one.
Oh, that was bad. That was bad.
The Washington
I was sitting in it. That was nasty.
Hey, Mike, that same Ravens game though, Marcel Harris's strip sack on Lamar.
Oh,
Ooh.
and
that was
none of us seen
insane.
that happening. That was because they were marching down the field.
Hey, whose sack was whose strip sack or strip fumble was better this season? Jaquasi, was it Tart that was on DK Metcalf when he went out of bounds, or that Marcel Harris one?
That was
those were insane.
I'm going with Tart only because Metcalf was
Seattle
to the end zone.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
It's
That was
tough,
a huge play. Yep.
Yeah,
And that was up there. That was one of my honorable mentions. And another one of mine. Well, I don't know. Well, do you guys have any more? I don't want to sit here and name all the great plays.
I got that Deebo Samuel. This is when I knew Deebo was a dog. When he week 11, Arizona Cardinals, Jimmy threw to the out going toward the out of bounds mark, and he bobbled the ball, caught it, got his feet in, and got a penalty off the guy for late hit or something, whatever happened, yo. That's when I knew Deebo was gonna be the mother freaking man, yo. I'm sorry, I'm getting amped because we ain't got no football right now.
I got an honorable mention.
Go ahead.
Come on, Nick. Let's hear from Nick. Come on, Nick. Give it to us, big dog.
Y'all wouldn't even think of this one either. But Dante Pettis' touchdown to win against Seattle.
The Thriller?
Pittsburgh.
The Thriller?
The Thriller?
No, that wasn't the Thriller.
No, it was the game winner against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the game against Pittsburgh.
After
the comeback route.
After Armstead made Rudolph fumble. Hey, right. I will forever remember that game because I don't think I ever heard Nick and Mike argue more in person than I have in my life. I was getting so pissed.
Yo, I thought they was gonna fight. I didn't realize they were that close.
I was right next to Mike. I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah, I didn't know that they were like, boys, right? I thought we was just a group and we just got together, whatever. Yo, them cats was about, look at my face. They was about to throw blows, yo. Like, right? Because Mike was just not like it just didn't seem right. That game didn't make sense. And Nick was like, will you shut the fuck up? Yo, 5 turnovers. Our defense is getting the ball back. We got this joint. Yo, Nick, you want to talk about why his name is always faithful? Yeah, 49ers faithful, always faithful, whatever. It's got the faithful in his name. It's because this guy did not give up that whole game, yo. No matter how bad it looked, that Nick was on it. And there was, I'm not gonna mention his name because he's not on the show, but whatever. It was a rough time.
Hey, we were
together for the first time at the home game, and we were all meeting each other probably for one of the first or second times or whatever. And it was just one of those experiences, like, do I say anything? Do I should I fall back? Mike might be a little tipsy. Like,
we were arguing so much that even after the win, the argument continued in the parking lot, bro. After the W. The argument, I'll never forget. The argument was this. This is what we were arguing about. Me and Tony were talking about the 49ers had no business being in that game, not to mention winning it. You don't turn the ball over 5 times on all the dumbass ways that they did and still come out and win a game. It just doesn't happen that often. It's happened like 20 times in the entire NFL history. It just doesn't happen that often. We had no business winning that game. Nick was like, yes, we did. Yes, we did. I'm like, no, bro, you're missing what we're saying. Like, and it was just a huge, bro, like I said, even after the win, we're walking down the parking lot just yelling at it, just screaming at each other. And everybody was like, oh, shit. And me and Nick are like in the back of our heads, like, it's another day from like Nick and Mike. It's no big deal, but I can imagine how it's.
We were standing at the crosswalk, and I'm like hitting the freaking button, like, yes, we should. Just who the hell cares? We won the game. Who the hell cares?
Right.
Let's go. Well, we ain't going to the Super Bowl. We play like that. I'm like, this team will get their act together. This team will get their act together.
It was week 3. Just want y'all to know it was week 3, by the way. And I wasn't scared. Don't get it twisted. I just didn't know that that's how they got along. I didn't know. So it wasn't about me being scared. I wasn't about to fight nobody. Fuck, I'm scared for. It was just,
you were scared.
There people in here talking about I was scared and I need to call my mama. Boy, go, whatever. We'll handle that another day. Anyway, that's we gotta go. Anthony, what was your honorable mention, yo?
The deep ball that Garoppolo threw to I think it was Emmanuel Sanders in the Rams game. When they beat the Rams, when Ramsey got toasted, and then Ramsey got pissed at the safety because he blew the assignment.
Is
That was awesome.
fell down and
I was in Vegas when that play happened. I was in Las Vegas and I was in Harrah's, I think, or Harvey's, and the entire casino erupted.
is that the
Seen
play
so many
he
Niners
fell
in
down
the casino. Just
Is that
what's
the
up?
play he fell down and got up and ran for the
No,
touchdown?
that was the Saints game. That was the Saints game.
That was the
The
Saints
Saints game, he got up and scored.
Gotcha.
The Rams game was the deep ball where Ramsey. Remember when I think it was Sanders when he caught it and Ramsey was like this. Like he looked like LeBron to J.R. Smith in the playoffs when LeBron was like.
I remember and Ramsey
Yeah.
I got you. And it was the other.
Yeah. That's when their safety blew it. But no, I gotta give that to the honorable mention because up until that point, I mean, we kind of had the Rams' number, and then that was a back and forth game. But to go into this season to pretty much beat and embarrass the Rams after what happened with last season, I mean, it was revenge, especially for Marquise Goodwin last season when he got concussed in the final game of the year and he would have had 1,000 receiving yards. So that was definitely like a big FU game to the Rams, I thought. So to go out there and beat them, arguably one of the more, I don't want to say underrated rivals, but one of the more important games to win against the Rams. Damn, Mike. One of the more important games to win, though, to beat the Rams to kind of make a statement for yourself.
Oh,
I got to give it to that play.
Let me try to phone a friend. Hold on. Let me try to phone a friend real quick. Let me see if I can get this to work. I'm gonna try to phone a friend to get in here on this real quick. Huh? Oh no, like Cash Cab, right? Yeah, I'm trying to phone a friend, man. Let me see if I can get him to join real quick. You guys got to watch. I just shot somebody the link. I want to bring somebody in on this, but go ahead, Anthony. I didn't want to cut you off. My bad.
No, you're good. It was just that deep throw in the Rams game to beat them that kind of solidified the whole screw the Rams, they ain't shit to the Niners, especially this season. That play was huge.
Yeah, man. It was. That was another big one too, man. There were so many memorable moments in the entire season, man. Like this team was so well battle tested, man. Like it was amazing watching this team go out there, man. And like, I mean, another huge play for me, right? Was another huge play for me was an honorable mention. Matt Breida's first opening run against the Browns. Everybody thought the Niners were going to lose that game. They were all talking. The Niners are all hyped. They beat a backup quarterback. They haven't done anything. Wait till they play against that defensive line, right? Opening play. What was it? 82, 83 yards. To the house, bro. And I was like, okay, we here. We with the shits today. Like, let's play. Let's like, I was feeling it right there, man. I was like, and again, all these things happen so early. It's like, this could be a season defining moment right here. This is the big game. This is Monday Night Football. Everybody was talking about it, right? And then boom, here we come out the gate, tearing it up. Like, I was like, let's go, man. Let's go. I think my phone a friend is going to fail. He's talking about, I don't have strong enough service. I said, so what? Try.
I got a friend.
You're going to phone a friend too? Let's go. Let's go. I'm trying to get somebody in here just for a minute. Just for a minute, not to join for the rest of the show. Just for 1 minute. I want to see if I can get this to work, man. I'm trying to phone a friend here and get him in here on this argument. I had to let my dog inside. My man was walking the Chihuahua, and my dog was looking at him like, oh, that's a snack on legs. Like, what is that? So I had to let Niner in the house. And then after I let Niner in the house, the dog started barking at him. I don't know if y'all heard the little Did y'all hear that?
Nice.
Talking shit after my dog turned his back. It's just like a Chihuahua. Oh, punk ass dog. I'm sorry.
Oh man, we can't go without mentioning that sack Bosa had, and then he did the mudslide and the Washington.
The whole team did it. The whole team out there.
That's when you knew that the team was all in, man. They were all. It was all for one for all, whatever you want to call that junk like that. Like, what a freaking season, yo! If only we could have just finished with the Lombardi, yo. Like, I mean, we would still be sitting here doing this, but if only we could have finished with that Lombardi, man. We need to show shout out to Jermaine Pickett for the $10 contribution. We need to show out in Jerry's World this year like LA last year.
Man, we show out in Jerry's World every year.
We need to all go to New Orleans again this year.
I've never been in New Orleans, bro.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to this Cowboy game.
Y'all missed a hell of a weekend, man. That was like the best this year. This year. Mike, man, you let me down, man. Yo, you ain't even got no friends. You do a phone a friend and he ain't even coming in here.
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna. I'm about to text him. Yo, I'm gonna say it.
You
You're making me look bad, bro. Join. I just sent him an audio message. You making me look bad, bro. You got to
Yeah. Nope. He can't even come on now. I'm blocking him as soon as he comes on.
Nah, don't block. Don't be a hater. Don't be a blocker. I got time. Hold on
So
now.
I just realized that Patriots game should be easy smash, man. They don't got Brady no more. That should be a nice.
I think I want to go to that one too. It's an East Coast game. I want to try to make it to that one.
I'm going to all the East Coast games for sure. Well,
I saw the comment that was up here before that one too that said the Niners, NB Niners should buy out a whole section. I don't know how long y'all think our money is. Buying out a whole section
too. We talking about what? Section 500?
Yeah, I got friends in low places, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, Tony, real quick, man. Here's the question I got for you. All right. Week 3, we in the stands. Niners had turned the ball over like 5 times. Were the Niners supposed to win that game?
Mike, you're breaking up.
Oh, shit. I phoned a fucked up friend. Were the Niners supposed to win that game, Tony? The week 3 with the 5 turnovers?
Is that your final question?
Were they supposed to? With 5 turnovers? No.
Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. That's all I wanted, big dog, man. You get back in there. Don't get in trouble on your break, bro.
I'm out here now. I had to walk like all the way outside. I had 0 reception over.
Hey, what do you think? What do you think was the best play of the season?
I think the Kittle run and that option route to Saints, but down the side.
That was the one that Nick said. That was Nick's play. Yeah, that was a good one, man.
That one, and I like.
You can't have multiple best, bro. Everything else is an honorable mention.
That day, Jeff Wilson Jr. versus Arizona. The wheel wrap.
That was Anthony's pick. He's thinking. It's all good, man. All right, man. Look, hey, Tony, man. Thanks for jumping in, man. I got friends, guys. I'm gonna keep phoning friends if I have to, but I like that, man. Nick, did you phone a friend too?
My friend is here, Mojay. Let's go.
I'm unmuted. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good?
Yo, we have crazy feedback right now.
Yeah, it's echoing Teddy Riley style.
Yo, that shit was crazy last night, yo.
I'm in the back dancing, and y'all can't hear me.
Right. Look, Mose, we're starting this new phone a friend type thing. We just call or just pop somebody the link and see if they can pop in. So therefore, I do have friends, y'all, and he's not an MBN member right yet. So
not yet.
Okay.
So I got a question for you.
All right, what's up?
And we're gonna keep it the same topic, but just a real quick one you can answer, and then we'll let you go. But favorite play of the year?
Whew, that's tough.
You gonna give him favorite, not the best?
The best, yeah, like the best play of the year. You think the best play?
2 different things. That's all I'm saying. Because my favorite play was Juice. That stiff arm was unforgettable.
Oh yeah, I mean, and we saw that live.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw that live, so that's unforgettable. Best play. I mean, it's got to be Greenlaw stop at the goal line. It's got to be that gave us first place, home field advantage, first round bye, and it is a defensive play against a nemesis that we've been struggling to beat. They beat us early in the year on some fluke stuff. Again, if it wasn't for the kicker missing that kick, Dre Greenlaw wins us that game because he picked off Russell Wilson and took it back and put us in a great position. So both plays against Seattle, it was Greenlaw. So I would have to pick him making that stop on the goal line for me, best play of the year.
All right, man. Sounds good. Mike, I put you on mute because the echo's coming from you.
Is it still happening?
Yeah.
Look at you on your Teddy Riley blaming Babyface. That ain't cool. That ain't cool.
Yeah, you know who kept it cool? Babyface was like this the whole night.
The whole night, just sitting there like,
I can't even do the face out loud.
The whole night. And my wife was telling me that he just got finished battling COVID-19. He had COVID-19.
Yeah.
So like man, I could be asleep. I could be eating drinking some hot soup or something. You got me out here.
Yo, he was throwing shade
The whole night. He was like, I'm just here.
Because Teddy Riley had a room full of people. And he was in the studio by himself. So he said something about practicing social distancing.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm just practicing social distancing, by myself.
Yeah.
That was crazy, bro. That was crazy.
Wow. All right, Mose, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on and doing the phone to friend. Stay by your phone, man, in case we ever need another phone to friend.
Hey, I'm always here, man. Love y'all. Appreciate what y'all doing, man. Keep it up.
All right, buddy.
Peace.
See ya.
Peace out, bro. Man, sounds like I need some friends, man. Shoot, man. I'm gonna have to get some friends. Some friends. I got friends.
I like Nick's friends because they agree with me.
Hey, they can agree with you, but I think we need to change it up. It can't be somebody that's NBN related.
Facts. Cheaters.
But he come on, he's NBN by association. Come on now.
He watches our show. That's it. He's not a member right now.
He's come to games with us.
That's because he's a friend.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let you get your little loophole in there. All right, that's cool.
Breezy, what do you think? Let's vote on this now.
It's got to be someone that, I mean, it could be someone that watches us, but they can't be super like, it could be someone that watches us, but y'all call like y'all didn't phone friends. Y'all phone y'all safe line friend. Like you know what I'm saying? The one y'all could depend on if between life or death. Pick a friend that don't know you for shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get one of them friends.
I'm supposed to text somebody something that I don't know.
I mean, you know them, but they don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm trying to say.
All right, hey, what was we played the Panthers this year, right?
Yep.
Wasn't that the 50 something to whatever game?
Yeah, that's the game your boy Tevin Coleman had his best.
Tevin Coleman with ape shit. They have a 4-touchdown game, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Did we have 2 games this season with 2 different running backs with 4 touchdowns?
Mm-hmm. And one of them was in the postseason, bro. That is crazy. That is Anthony, man. You want to shoot that link to somebody, see if they're gonna jump on? Look at Anthony over there. I see you. Man.
No, I ain't got no friends. I ain't got no friends.
All right, man. Everybody that's in the chat right now, man, you guys type in what you guys think was the best play, not your favorite, your best play of the year. Because I want to see what people are.
You had some juice plays. You had the Greenlaw play.
Pop them up on the screen one by one when you guys see them. I can't do that out here.
So Adrian said the Greenlaw was that pick. Let's see. The Greenlaw stop.
Mm-hmm. By the way, shout out to this spy Nick Danger. I've been seeing him a lot in the comments, man. I'm not sure.
He's a day one, man.
No, but I don't recognize the picture. Did he change his picture recently or something?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I know. I usually know like logos more than I know the name, so I apologize. But shout out to him, man. I appreciate the support, man. You guys are awesome, man.
Yeah, Gold Blooded. We can see your comments.
Yeah, that's right. Periscope. We can see the comments from Periscope
I forgot about this play, y'all.
Yes. Oh, did I say the one about the Nick Bosa sack on Aaron Rodgers where he picked it up and almost ran it in for a touchdown?
Nope.
Oh man, that was the opening drive too. That was their opening drive.
I forgot about this play.
Let's go, Dre. Somebody phone Dre. Go ahead and say he's not a friend. Go ahead and tell me why I can't phone a friend with Dre.
You can, but you literally called an NBN member.
Yeah, but he was working. I didn't know he was going to be able to answer. He was on a break.
He's still an NBN member.
I got lucky. All right, fine. That's fine. Whatever, man.
Oh, when the Aaron Rodgers was the flag plant?
That was against the Browns. Remember?
That was against Baker Mayfield.
It was Mayfield that did it in college against them.
That
was revenge. And then remember when we played the Ravens, they did it to us?
Yes.
The tight end, I think it was, that did it.
I got one that was one of my favorite plays. It wasn't for a touchdown or anything, but the ball that Debo caught on the sideline.
That's the one I said.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't, dude. I can't hear y'all. It's just bouncing back and forth echo.
All right, man. We having Terry Riley difficulties, man. I think it's time to end this show. I'm gonna be the one to call the show, and we're gonna pause the live. We're gonna get back to trying to pause live, yo. That joke was crazy last night, man. But yeah, it's Mike's. It's Mike causing the echo. I'm gonna go ahead and blame Babyface. It's Mike.
I got an idea. Hold on. Watch this. Hold on. All right. Did it stop?
Yes.
No.
Stop?
No.
It did not stop.
It's just it's like a half delay opposed to quarter delay. It's like one time instead of 16 times.
Whatever. Y'all haters.
Echo instead of echo.
All right, hold on. Let me try this. Hold on.
It's an Android thing.
What about now? Is it happening now?
Yes.
All right, y'all just hating. That's all that is. I don't hear it.
Anthony, you hear it? Yo, watch that, man. Videos, man. Nope. Yo, so
I thought my cigar was in my fingers. It was still in my mouth. My bad.
All right. So you said the Debo play. I'll just give one more and then we'll hop out of here then. Favorite play. That's a hard one. You guys gave up so many so far. The Bosa interception, the flag plant, Debo.
How about that Richie James play in that Washington?
In Washington, I was thinking about that play, yeah. But that wasn't like one of my favorites.
One of my favorite plays, and I can't remember who it was against.
Oh, I'm going to go easily with the Emmanuel Sanders pass to Mostert for the touchdown. Yeah, that was a money. It was a dime, and it scored a touchdown.
That works. Oh,
you know what was cool about that play is how much they talked about it not working in practice. I know y'all talking about feedback, so let me get this off my chest real quick.
It's not when you talk. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go back on mute when I'm done. But they talked about how much it did not work, and he was so afraid of throwing a duck. Don't throw a duck. Don't throw a duck. Don't throw a duck. And the fact that Shanahan had the galls to do that in that game when we were getting beat as bad as we were. Oh my God, it was beautiful. What a beautiful play, man. What a beautiful play. All right, I'm back on mute. Crystal got a good one up here. The batted down over there. Yeah, I see that. Hey, there was a play. I can't remember who it was, but I know it was an offensive lineman that was like 10 yards down the field. I think it was a guard blocking for somebody. It was more than 10 yards down the field. He was out there. I can't remember the exact play, man. But I remember getting hyped about the big man being downfield and like laying away for somebody.
That was Debo's run. That was on Debo's run, I believe. It was on the right side of the field. McGlinchey was like way downfield. All right, it wasn't Debo. It was Mostert. It was Mostert, and he like tried to go in and then cut out and then went in the end zone. Yeah, that was like a long one too. It was like 40 some odd yard run.
60.
Wild.
Someone said Jimmy G's pancake on Anthony Barr against the Vikings in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That was hella funny too. That was Jimmy G. He just pushed him. And in the playoff game against the Vikings, I think it was Mostert or whoever cut it back, and then Jimmy G was lead blocking, and he kind of pancaked Barr. That was a good one.
Look, there were a lot of good plays, man.
Yeah, man. There's so many to go through, man.
There's too many. It was a hell of a season.
There it is.
It was hell of. I miss Niners football so much. I'm having withdrawals.
We're going to be talking Niners all week long, all weekend long. So make sure you guys are tuned in. You got that subscription button. You know, you're liked on the channel, guys, because we are going to be going live all week long.
And when the draft is here, guys, we want to encourage you guys to come back and join us for our draft show. I know everyone's going to be watching the draft on the television. That's cool, too. But make sure you guys are here. You guys know how we get down with the draft. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We do this, guys, every single year. If you're new to this, if you haven't been a part of us in the past, we have been covering the draft since we started. Actually, that was our anniversary. That's when we first kicked it off, was during the draft. for the Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch era. So this
Yeah, it
is
was.
like that's our baby right there. This is the time of year where we like to, we step it up a little bit. So absolutely make sure you guys are here during the draft for the coverage.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, there was one other person that said something, and I was up there, but then I think Breezy kicked it off. But before we get out of here, I'll just let him. He said Mitch Wishnowski's tackle. That was a good one too. That's a really good one.
That was like week 1 or week 2. It was early because I remember. Oh no, it was a preseason. It was early on because I remember saying after the game, I was like, the Niners aren't going to want him doing that a lot because he's our only punter or something like that. I remember, and they put the kibosh in that. They didn't want him doing that no more. But he laid somebody out, like all the way out.
He smoked him. Smoked the dude.
The funny thing is he did it in preseason too. So it was like you had a preseason and a regular season joint.
Yep. Yeah.
Yo, remember this play when DJ Jones he pushed the center like all the way back into the, that's what I said. This man is strong.
Hey, and that's why I think he's going to be special this year. I can't wait to see DJ Jones in his recovery. Oh my God, this season is going to be special for that big boy, man. I'm telling you, he's going to be a lot of fun. He's going to get so many more snaps now that Buckner's not here. I can't wait to see what DJ Jones brings this year. Him and Julian Taylor are the two interior defensive linemen I'm looking forward to seeing the most. Those boys are going to be special.
I think that's Dylan's pops right there, Chris Frazier.
Oh, that's what's up.
I think that is Dylan's pops. If it is, what's up? What up?
All right, check this out, guys. I got to get ready to go. But before I go, we're going to do this one special thing. And I'm going to ask this question to you guys. And it's going to be for Nick only. All right. So we're going to do a quick Knicks over or under. Shit, I forgot what I was going to ask because I did all that talking in between. But over and under. God dang it. Where'd it go? We'll save it for
I got one for him while you're thinking about it.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to keep it draft related. I'm going to over under
It
Nick
was
right here.
maybe to come back.
Right now, the 49ers have 7 picks. Okay. We got 2 in the first,
Thank
and then we got 2 in like the 6th and 7th, and then 1 in the 5th or something like that, whatever it is. But my question to you is over under on 7.5 picks for the 49ers.
I'm going to go over.
Okay, so that means that we're trading down and acquiring more picks.
Yeah, I still believe we trade that 13th overall pick and acquire 2 more picks.
Okay. And my over and under question, and Anthony, if you have one for Nick, please get it ready. But my over and under question is, since we just finished talking about DJ Jones, over and under the San Francisco 49ers draft another defensive tackle in the draft. So over,
what's the number? Over what?
Over will be yes, and under will be no.
So it's just a yes or no.
Same shit. Answer the question.
We can make it over under. Hold on, wait. We can make it over under. Over under on 1.5 defensive tackles drafted. Do you think they draft 1 or 2? Or if you think none, you say under. You get what I'm saying? So you can make it over under.
Whatever.
I see D in the tree. Look at him.
Why does it feel like somebody's watching me?
I do think they take a defensive tackle later in the draft. I don't think they take it in the first 2 picks.
Okay.
So you think we're taking a D tackle in the first round?
No, I said we don't.
Oh, I thought. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said with the first 2 picks. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we get one later in the rounds.
Just one?
Yeah, I just think we just draft one. Yeah. Anthony, do you have anything?
Yeah, I got one for you, Nick. Over under 3.5. Will the Niners draft 3 or more offensive players or 3 or less offensive players?
I think we go over. I think we take a receiver, a tackle, a tight end, and possibly a guard.
Ooh.
I think we're taking a running back. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we're taking a running back too.
That's 5.
It's gonna be dope when the Niners take DeAndre Swift at 31.
I'm with it.
That was for Mike. I had to do that one for Mike.
If that happened, I'll be celebrating. I like him. All right, guys.
That's it for me, man.
I was staying on mute because I didn't want to have the feedback issues. Y'all hating on my technology over here, but it's all good. Hey, guys, man, we want to thank everybody for checking us out, man. You guys see it scrolling across the bottom. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed today's show. I'm going to wait. You guys can see how many likes we have on the screen, right? I want to see these likes go up. You got to let me know if these likes go up. If you guys enjoyed today's show, hit that like button. I'm going to wait for 10 seconds. 10 seconds is a really long time. I'll probably just wait for 5. No?
Smash that like button.
I know it's a little bit of a delay too, so I'm gonna keep it moving now. That was the 5 seconds there. But guys, we appreciate everybody checking us out. Shout out to the panel, man. You guys did an excellent job today. Anthony, man, shout out to you. My man raced home to be on the show with us, guys. So that's showing commitment right there. I really, really appreciate that. Salute to you. Shout out to the people that we phoned, the friends that we phoned. Hey, Breezy, you gotta step your game up. Anthony, next time we get you, we can catch you off guard. I want y'all to phone a friend just for 1 minute. Yeah, I'm calling y'all out. You up there and you over here. Oh, that guy over there. Yeah, get somebody on there, phone a friend. That's right. So I want to see you guys in here. Make sure you guys phone a friend. We're going to bring this to a Niners show near you guys. I like this, man. This phone a friend thing, I think it's going to be special. I think it's going to be special, man.
And you make sure you phone a friend too and not another banana man. Okay.
Was it gonna let it go? Okay. All right, that's cool. Oh, that's all right. I got something in the tuck. Don't just you wait. But guys, man, that's gonna be it. You guys know where to go to get all your apparel, right? You guys pop the image up there for me real quick. You guys know where to go to get all the apparel. It's shop NB9ERS. I gotta go get some of them pants, man. I saw them. I need to know how many pockets are on them. They got cargo pockets or no? I gotta find that out, man. No
they're joggers, bro.
Oh, they're okay. I can't put a lot of stuff in my pockets that I can't walk around with. All right, it's cool. I'm gonna figure out how to work that into the artillery, though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready. I have to get back in shape and make sure they're nice and snug, because I know those be more fitted than regular sweatpants. So yeah, I'm gonna be ready for them though.
You better stop eating those cheesecakes and cheesecake.
Nope. No time soon. I'll just run that shit off. All right. I'll count the calories and then get on my bike or something and go a couple miles. So yeah, man, this has been a lot of fun, man. You guys know the website also is www.nothingbutniners.com. Our guy Perry right there in the bottom left corner on your screen just did an article with Stewart on the draft. So you guys make sure you go check that out. We plugged it. I will edit this afterwards and put that link for that article in the description. If you guys don't go to nothingbutniners.com, it'll be in the description for this one as well. So we want to thank you guys for checking us out here, man. And all the I'm 49ers Mike _NFL. The man to my left on your screen, to my right in real life, is Anthony Perry Perry _49ers. Up above me is Breezy 49ers, Breezy with an IE, not with a Y. And in the top left, the dog holding it down up there with the nice background. Both of these guys, I see y'all with these green screens. Y'all gonna make me step my game up. Oh wait, no, that's not a green screen today for Breezy. Breezy don't have a green screen on. Okay, I see you took it back. Okay, all right, I like that though. But 49er Faithful 365 is his name. There is no S. I can't tell you guys how many times somebody has messaged me and said, "Yo, Nick's not responding to me. Nick's not responding to me." There is another person that has 49ers Faithful 365 or something like that. That is not Nick. There is no S at the end of 49er. So make sure you guys take that S off. Okay, it's 49er Faithful 365. That's gonna be it for this show, man. We're gonna wrap this thing up. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But echo, but always remain faithful.
We out of here. Peace.